Oh my God. What is up, party people in the place to be? It is Wednesday. I'm excited. It's been a long day, but I am very excited about today. I already put the guest name. I already said it on Instagram. I already put him in the title, but we'll get to him in a few seconds. Just some quick announcements. You already know the new qunique Riveting. The 2 singles have dropped, and we have the 3rd one dropping next week, April 10th. New qunique DJ. That would be single number 3 of this album. Also, I had announced to you guys that we got some vinyl coming out, so I'll get you the date on that. Let's see who's in the chat before we get biz. My man Mir Depp is in the place. No, what's good? Who else? Of course, Wordsworth up in the chat, son. Bananas, what's the deal? My man, yo, Gorilla. Thank you, baby paw. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. Bananas in the house. Thank you very much. You guys are amazing. Don't let me listen. Let me just get to it. I'm so excited that. Oh, what the hell? What is going on here? Let's do this.
Yes! I like it.
So, let me give a little intro. Well, first, wait, before I even do that, look what I got, y'all. A fresh box. Yo MTV Rap Card Series 2. Series 2. There's an extra 50 cards that I never saw before. This was released sometime in the 90s. I'm gonna crack one of these bad boys open today after we talk to one of the greatest. But Series 2, man, this is pretty sick, man. We get to that in a little bit. Okay, so this MC, this lyricist, is someone that I've known, for let's just say quite some time. I don't want to put math on it because then it gets, So I've known this lyricist, and I'm being totally serious here. I've always, from the first time I heard him spit, all the way to the Chemistry album, I've always been in awe of his ability. And this week, from last week to this week, knowing that he was gonna be on the show, I just played his new album over and over and over and over and over. And the first thing I just realized was that he somehow got better. And it's rare when you see that happen. Sometimes people's skill levels decline, and in his case, no. He just jumped it up a notch. And we're gonna get into that and everything else that he does. And I'm gonna let him obviously school us all on his journey and what he's been up to, what has led him there, all of these amazing things. So ladies and gentlemen, wait, what's going on over here on this side, man? We good over here? Because I'm just making sure. I see Machiavelli on this side, my man Bananas over here. Gorilla, I got you on them Vanilla Ice cards, don't worry about it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I want to bring in my good friend, Wordsworth, ladies and gentlemen.
Yo, you can hear me?
Yes, sir.
I'm laughing because I'm up here like we easily can call each other and talk to nowadays, but just do it on here, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, we gotta let everybody know.
I'm like, yo, we easily could just be on the phone talking, but now we just do it here. So it's kind of crazy.
The
you know what I'm saying?
Jetsons, son. It's the Jetsons.
I was like, oh, it's not like you invite me like we don't know each other. It's just like instead of me calling you, let's get on YouTube and talk. All right.
Yeah,
cool.
let's let everybody hear us talk, man.
Yeah, that's why I laughed. That's why I'm laughing.
So first and foremost, what I gotta tell you, first of all, it's good to see you. And since our last conversation,
good to see you too, brother.
You've been an inspiration, man. You know, everything that you do from school to music to to being an author, to all of these
Thanks,
amazing
man.
things, man. You've been an inspiration, and you've been in one of those dudes that you've been on, you know, when somebody gets the Jordan poster and they put it on the wall and they look at that Jordan poster for inspiration.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? Nah, seriously, man, I gotta say that you and Stu just went nuts. The vibe, I was telling, because I'm working with Rhett Maddock right now, and I
Yeah,
was
shout out to
telling him
Rhett.
how, yeah, shout out to Rhett for sure. And I was telling him how your album has this vibe, like this beautiful vibe to it. And it's like perfectly titled Chemistry because of the chemistry of his production and the way you just attacked each track. And first of all, I gotta say that you're, you know, as being lyricists, the first thing that I always pay attention to, surprisingly, is observation skills. What is this brother observing, and what, or sister, and what are they telling us through their observation? And geez, dude, your observation skills are like, and I'm being totally honest. The one thing that stood out to me is from your observation to what you put down in the verses is just holy shit, man. Like,
Thank you, man.
it's just, and it's so interwoven. Like, you really gotta pay attention, cause it's like you're shooting like mad shots, and this is like you could go get your fast food rap, and it ain't good for you, and Words is coming with that Michelin, you know what I mean? Like, he's coming with that. Like, you're getting one of the best meals of your life lyrically, and you better pay
Thanks,
attention.
man.
Oh my God,
you,
dude.
man.
Like, it's
Thanks, man.
just ridiculous. So, like, I was trying to, you know, like, you listen to somebody's shit and you're like, all right, where's the weak? Nothing. Couldn't find a damn thing. Even the people I was actually surprised at Sage Francis being on it. Like, that you caught me off guard with that one. That was a good pick.
Man. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, that was my that's one of my favorite songs on there, for sure. And you know, I mean, I don't know if you got questions, but I could delve into it.
Yeah, we'll get into it. I just want to say my favorite, like, number one, Don't Get in the Way. It's just the way you're flowing, the hook is so chill, and the beat, that one, where was the other one? I Was Raised, of course. The Only Sin is deep. That was a deep one. That was deep. Just, it took a village. You know what it is? I felt that you hit points that all of us kind of miss. That's what made me go in awe of you. I was like Username. I was like, fuck, that was smart. That was so smart. Oh my God. So I'm gonna let you take over and just give us some of the background. How did this come about, you and Stu? What was your thought process going into this? Give us some of the background on some of the songs, and I'm gonna let you take over right now.
Yo, man, first of all, man, you know what that process is like, brother. That's sitting there, the whole thing and the essence of us is I'm the best. How do I prove I'm the best? That's the essence of being a rapper, right? Like, I'm the best. We go to New Eureka, we rapping on the open mics. We outside 5 hours to 3 in the morning. Then we're outside 2 hours, and then we got to go to another venue to rhyme on another corner. Then when that venue closed, we're out going to eat at Cozy's all night, and then we bump into somebody that's rhyming outside. I mean, this has been like our life, like literally,
for
that's
decades.
our life for decades, right? So the mindset is always keeping that first. I'm trying to still prove I'm the best. And, you know, the wild part is, you know, me and you have been doing it consistently, but just the way life is, you know, it doesn't always hit the radar, you know, and that's where Stu comes in for me. Is he's upper echelon, and I've rapped with some dope producers, you know, that I feel real dope, but they haven't gotten their just due as much as Stu. So when me and Stu get together, it shines a different light on myself as well. right? So I gotta shout to Stu because, and to me, I'm riding Stu's coattails of what he's done, and people care about Stu and who he's working with more than they care about who Wordsworth is working with. And then it actually brought a lot of more light to me, right? So it was like, man.
I totally
So
understand.
then,
I'm going through that with Rhapmatic, but go ahead, continue.
yes. You know, and I think that's where I am in my career. Like I gotta make sure I'm rapping with producers that have just as much cachet, if not more than mine.
Yes, sir.
You know, that's what we are. Because a lot of these producers have more popularity than us, and it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine with that. So that's how that occurred. So really, it stems from us doing the first album as well, being so successful. The Two Kings album really set it off, and that showed like, okay, this is, they might have something here. But then, you know, then you got to do another one, and you're like,
tricky.
okay, it does get a little tricky. But me working with Stu, I learned something else. Just make the joints. So me and you come from, what's the concept?
Yes.
What do we, you know?
How many
I
bars?
don't know.
What's the
How
hook?
many bars? Where we going with the artwork? Does the name of the album is this? We need to get this at this, right? Like the overthinking. With Stu is like, yo, we need like 4 more and then we finish. That's it.
He's just on an express train, brother.
There's no overthinking.
Well, they're young. He's younger. He's a little younger than us too. So his thought process I think he's a little younger. I don't know.
Might be. I don't even know neither for sure. But I just know he just is the most prolific person I've worked with.
That's dope.
And consistent, right? So like Stu is scheduled, right? So that's another thing that I got with him. So like it'll be like, yo, we working on this album. He'll be like, when you think you can have it done? I'll say I'll have it maybe done by this. And I could work in those deadlines. So like when you want to have it by June, all right, I'll have it done by June. He'll have like, yo, I'm dropping an album next month, and then I got another album that month, and then when you drop June, I'm after June. Like he got like 5-6 albums already. Like I know the albums that's dropped. I know the album that drops this month that's coming out already. I know the 2 albums that he's working on, or like he's working on a huge album that comes out probably in some months from now. Then he got the next album that's dropping is me, Afro, and Stu, and that's done. So that drops in June, and then I got another solo, and then you're the first person to know. Then Punchline and Wordsworth with Stu Bangers. So you know what I'm saying? So
yes, sir.
Just look at that right there. That's like 6-7 albums ahead. He's already into next year.
Wow.
So
he's like a record label, man. He's like Def Jam.
He is a one-man army with it, and that joy of making records with him is what I enjoy. So I just be knocking them out because one, the beats are crazy, and I knock them out. And for this project, what I did is actually I went back to the first beat Stu ever posted, and that's how I picked the beats. Yeah, wow. I went back, man. So some of those joints on there are like 4 years old that nobody messed with. And then I'm like, yo, dudes is wilding. Like, dudes ain't picked this. Dudes ain't picked this. And that just shows you how timeless and diverse his beats are.
He's a dope producer. He's dope.
Yeah, he's dope, man. And like I said, the fact that there's no real thought to it is just like, yo, here's the joints. And then I pick what I like. And then I just write and record, man. So,
would you
go ahead.
Would you?
Oh, now I'm gonna say.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's a delay. What I was gonna say is, the Stu Bangers projects brought more light to my other projects to go like, oh, he already been dope. You know what I'm saying? He been. Oh man, he been rhyming like this before. So for me, with the Stu Bangers project, it's a huge like straight reset. Like I'm a brand new artist.
Yes. I know the feel. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm pretty much a brand new artist. So that's what keeps me excited to write though. So
first of all, the beauty of that is, and it's something that I learned, especially working recently with Rhapmatic, same effect, like how connecting with Rhapmatic took my stock up a little bit and brought more attention to me. And because you and I haven't stopped, the beauty of having such an extensive catalog makes people dig and go, well, what else did he do? And it's like, oh, like you said, it's like, oh, this motherfucker can spit. This is crazy. I don't even know this guy. The same thing happened to me. A lot of people like, good luck with your career. And I'm like, you know, you're just like, okay. Would you, because again, going back to being in awe of just your wordplay, your metaphors, your similes, your compounds, your just everything about what you did on chemistry. One of the things that I thought about was, because you teach, do you think that enhanced and took your own ability up a notch? Because geez, bro, like there were times I was in the gym working out, listening to chemistry, and there were times I would put the weight down. I was like, let me scroll that back. What did he say? What? You know, there's one where you say, thanks to the corner bodega that said I could pay them later. I love that line, man. Like there's certain lines that it's not about the punch. It's about the vibe, because for somebody like me that's from Brooklyn, a lot of what you're saying, I understand the language immediately. So it gives me that home feeling, that vibe of, yeah, he knows my language. That's why I love this so much. He's saying everything that I know, he's saying, and he's saying it pinpoint perfectly. So would teaching be, because you go over these fundamentals, I'm guessing a lot, that you have it down like a martial art master at this point? That's how I see it.
Yeah, because you know, I do teach these same techniques, right? So like I have a songwriting course at the University of Miami, Organized Rhyme, if you haven't checked that out. And I actually break down how I write rhymes, and in a way that I can teach others. So I even do one-on-one sessions. I have somebody I do a one-on-one session with in Australia. So I get up 5 a.m. on Saturday. So he's at home at 8 p.m. Wow. So and I read his rhymes, and then I show him how to fix the rhyme, and he gets blown away by how maybe the teacher helped me be able to explain it. And that's why people, I think, either pay me to listen to their rhyme or read their rhyme, because I can explain it so easily what you can do to fix it. And that's the thing that I think, so I'm able to apply that to myself because of all the years we've put in to writing a rhyme, listening to rhymes, listening to other people's techniques, listening to the best, listening to the worst, listening to that's a fire verse, that's okay rhyme, that's a great rhyme. There are levels to a rhyme. You know, one of the simplest things that's different is I went to the store versus I went to McDonald's. That's it.
Right.
That simple mindset of writing changes your rhymes to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm writing, I gotta do like a fine tooth comb and go back again. So I do it in layers. You know, so the revision, as we all would say, but like I do it in layers with a lot of questions to myself. Like I think what I've learned the best, to be honest, like I've learned to remove myself from the rhyme. Like it's not me writing it, it's me listening. If another person said it, would I say that's dope? Because you're gonna always think you get what I'm saying? You always gonna think you said something dope. That's why I think you get whack rhymes.
Right. Because
the person is thinking, if that they're writing it, not really saying, would that same rhyme from a stranger make them go, yo? Because that same person would hear a rhyme from us and go, yo, that's crazy. But yet their rhyme isn't that rhyme because they're not removing themselves for the comparative. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. You see, now, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, you got to pay attention to the fact. You got to follow words. I know there's a lot of aspiring lyricists in the chat. You need to check words. Like, to have somebody like that, a veteran of his caliber, going over your work is like, it's invaluable. This is a dude that, Crazy Legs is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Legs?
Yep.
From people like Crazy Legs to myself to Ill Bill, we've all watched Wordsworth get on stage, whether it's with Punchline or by himself, and totally obliterates, and in such a smooth fashion. This is a high-level veteran. You need to follow him, and you need to get at him for these courses. Trust me, if you're an aspiring lyricist, if you want to be better at what you do, if you want to have a certain level, these are the people you check for. Specifically, in my opinion, Wordsworth. So it's like holy. And let me make sure I got the. It's called the Organized Rhyme Course, correct?
Yeah, I put the link in there just
wait,
right now,
I
so
lost
you
you.
can see it. Yeah, you hear me?
Your
I hear you.
vocals.
I hear you.
Yo, Stutters, I can't hear anybody. 1 second. I can't hear them for some reason. 1, 2. Y'all can hear me? You can hear me?
I hear you. Yep.
What am I pressing? This? Audio? What about his?
You hear me? You hear me? You. Yo. What up? What up? Yo.
There we go.
But I can't. Oh, now I got you. Here we go.
Okay, there we go. So Organized Rhyme Course is something you do at the University of Miami, correct?
Yeah, I tried posting it, but it said it won't post for some reason. It said a comment has failed to post to qunique.
Okay, I'll get Stutters to put that down. Stutters, can you explain to the party people what that's all about? Give them a description of what's going on. What up, Bananas? How you doing, baby? Eon, what's going on? Words, are you there?
Yep, I was just sending that for. I sent that for you in the text. But yeah,
I thought you froze on me.
Nah. Yeah, I just wanted to get that out there because while we're talking about it, people can check it out. But yeah, so yeah, the course. The one thing about the course is too. This is the main thing I learned with education. Kind of bring it kind of full circle. Is that I learned like a lot of things in education. You know, people will take your ideas and then bigger corporations all of a sudden. You know, the qunique style is being sold, and you're like, what the hell? I wrote that, right? Yeah, that's big. So when I was learning that through education, I seen that. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna create something, and then so I license it to them. That's the dopest thing for me is that it's licensed to them. So I still own it. You know, it's a cool split. And the main thing is I don't gotta be nowhere. You go on there and then you get 4 videos of me telling you how to do all these 4 different things. And I'm actually giving you some of my secrets on how I write rhymes and my strategies on like saying like, oh, that could be better if you do this. That could be this if you do that. And so I got like different techniques. I got a technique called the 3 relatives. I got a technique called the shopping cart. The first course is about freestyling. And then I have another technique called the rhyme grid. So it teaches you how to come up with rhymes, multi-syllables. And so it's this grid that I created that I drew and made. And, you know, so it's all these things that would help with rhyming. And I think that's what's helped catapult me to where I am, and people don't mind asking me because I can explain it. I can just really simply look at a rhyme and say, if you say this right here, this will be better. You know what I'm saying? If you would have did this. So yeah, but I do it even with my stuff. That's why sometimes because if I'm sitting there and I'm vocaling and I'm listening, I'll be like, oh, I could have said such and such that rhyme. You know, we got so many rhymes. If we don't stop rhyming, we'll never write the verse.
Right. It could go on forever. People don't know that.
It could go, it go on forever. It could really go on forever. So you got to really go like, man, I could have said this. And it's always going to be, I could have said that. You know, I always catch myself listening to something that I'm like, oh, I could have rhymed that there. But, you know, that's the other beauty of writing the rhyme too, is you want to land in certain places and not be greedy to rhyme. if you get too greedy rhyming, the timing, the greedy rhyming will mess up your timing, and then that's
Yes.
it don't care, so you can't be trying to cram too many words in there with this freestyle.
I'm learning that now as I'm writing, just being careful of overstocking the lines with word. Am I echoing? I knew this was gonna happen today.
I don't hear you echoing though.
There we go. Nope, still echoing. In my ears, it's echoing.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Yep, I'm good. Yeah, I've been practicing that a lot where before I would just like write the verse and leave it as it is and then get annoyed with myself after it was released and be like, man, why did I put so many syllables? And
Yep.
now I find myself kind of carefully, I'll do like a soft demo first. I'll sit at my desk and spit the whole verse raw, then listen to it, then spit it again and start to pull away syllables and make it more cohesive and thoughtful. And then by the time I get to the booth, it's just structured exactly the way I think it should work. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that's,
for me, I'll write a rhyme because I could vocal here at home. I'll write a rhyme and then like maybe not have 2 bars or it'll be there close. And then when I come in here and I say it, then I'll just like kind of fix it right on the spot. Sometimes I'll write the rhyme and I'm saying it while I'm chilling and I'm saying it to myself with the laptop and then the headphones and I gotta start projecting. The projection changes the syllable count.
yes. The adrenaline and yes, all of that, all of a sudden you're like,
yeah, now you're like, yo, I gotta take that syllable out.
yes.
So it varies with that. But yeah, so that's how I look at it. I'll give you a prime example. Like when I see other artists, when I first saw Blue perform, it was in Germany.
Mhm.
Blue, we got an off day
Shout
in
out to
Germany.
Mhm.
Shout out to Blue. We got an off day in Germany, and I never met Blue before. So it's Aloe Black, Blue, Exile, all of them on performing that night while we're off. I go see Blue, and the Blue said, I went to hell and came back with something hot to melt the wax. I said, that's crazy. I was so like me going, that's crazy makes me know that he's fired. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
yeah, no, I totally understand.
You feel what I'm saying? He went to hell and came back with something hot to melt the wax. That's just ill, So that's
something
how
you say
I look
on chemistry that made me think there was some wordplay thing and you ended it with women in Lululemon and I was
yeah.
What?
The Fubu, yeah, with a blue Subaru tenant and Fubu denim. I went from Fubu denim to New Blue Linen with 2 women in Honolulu swimming and Lululemon. Yeah, man. But you know what it is? The beat. So the thing, a lot of these interviews that I've been having, I just be telling people, I can't let the beat beat me. That's a
dope way to look at it.
That's it. Period. Every time I'm basically in the ring with the beat, and we know if your rhyme is hotter than the beat or not. We know, if the rhyme is hot enough. You know what I'm saying? Because if you hear a hot rhyme on that beat, you want to rhyme.
Yes.
So that's why you got to do the removal. You got to remove yourself and say, does this rhyme coming out of a stranger sound blow my mind? You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Do you think a lot of these techniques that you developed, obviously it's through years and years of being, a professional, but do you think, was there anything outside of hip hop that inspired you to put these disciplines together? Was it a sport? Was it spoken word? Was there any other ingredient outside of hip hop that helped you with these techniques that you pulled from? Because sometimes for me, like, I'll think discipline, right? Like, I'm big on discipline when it comes to my craft. So I think of athletes like Jordan or Jeter and or even Kobe, may he rest in peace, how they were so fixated on being disciplined and understanding how they had to play the game. So I was wondering if anything outside of hip hop inspired you to also add technique to what you already teach.
My mindset is, what is the outfit I'm wearing the first day of school? Every verse is the outfit the first day of school. That is my mindset. I'm for real. That's how I look at every verse. It's like I'm coming to school fresh on this song. So what am I wearing? So those are the things that we grew up with, that our mind really was programmed. I mean, emotions went into that, feelings, thoughts, stemmed from your outfit. The first day of school, what you're gonna wear first day of school was such a big thing. So I just transfer that same energy and mindset to every track is my first day of school. So I gotta make sure the verse is fire. So that's how I really equate my emotions are like that. That emotion of first day of school is my emotion every time I write a rhyme. Literally, how I feel is that. I feel that when I'm rhyming with you, I'm thinking the same thing. Like, okay, look, okay, Q, I see what you wearing. Okay, brother, you come. Okay, yo, that's crazy. Okay, let me get. I'm rocking the. You feel me? Because it's the same though, Q. It's the same thing. If I see you pull up with whatever you got on, like, yo, those just fly, boom, boom, and that's hip hop with everything. Yo, that's crazy, that's fly. So I know your verse, you come in dressed to impress. I gotta make sure I'm coming with the outfit dressed to impress, right? I gotta come through with how my outfit put together, and that's how it is. That's the equivalent of it all. So for those that's the essence of hip hop. The essence of hip hop has always been that
flyness, pure flyness.
Yo, he did the ill backspin. Yo, I gotta come with a crazy backspin. He did whatever it is.
One up. Everything is one up.
Right. And so when people ask me that, that's where my emotion stems from. Everything I do, it stems from the essence of hip hop. And how can you come fly? What does your first day outfit look like? How much energy we put into that? Yo, I got the shoe, the jean. Yo,
insane
I got
levels.
Yo, lay it out on the bed. Yo, even if you can only afford that one or two, because some people you get the week, straight.
Like 2 fly outfits.
You might have your week straight. Some people can do their week. Then when I got to high school, we started trying to be a little more mature. When we got to like 11th grade, yo, we're gonna let everybody wear their first week of school stuff, run out their stuff. We come with last year's stuff, and then we pop up 2 weeks later, we all fresh. We start getting strategic with it, you know what I'm saying? And
yes.
I don't even know. It's so funny because at this age, I'm like, I don't know how strategic did that really affect anything? Thinking we was trying to one up people waiting, but that's my mindset, brother. Like, it's the first day of school outfit. That's my mindset, right in, man.
So amazing to hear that. I want to stop you for a second. Hey, yo, Stutters, I can't see the comments on the flat screen to my left for some reason. The comments stopped. I have to share this story. I always share this story about you because it's just something that I find fascinating about you, and you've heard me tell this story. I've told this story on your show, and I've told this story once before, and I'm going to tell it again. Wordsworth was in an MC battle. Oh, thank you. Armando, what's up? Bananas. Steven Steele, what's going on? I'm just making sure I say what's up to everybody. Yeah. BOZ, Jay, what's good? Therapeutic. I got you all. Okay, so a man known. Oh, yo. Memory. This is me, Wordsworth, Baby Power, Jice, and Swell, and my man Slope. I don't know if you could see it that good, but the lighting is crazy. But we did an ad for Coca-Cola back in the day, and it was all over New York City.
I
That was pretty crazy.
I got mine hanging on the wall over there.
Yeah.
If y'all
There
can
you
see.
go. Yes. There goes the ad right there. That's the trio, the power trio right there. So, what up? No. So Wordsworth actually showed up late. This is how I remember it now. There was an MC battle happening. Destroy from The Arsonist was in it. Lil Cy from Sciences of Life. I don't remember the other MCs. Wordsworth showed up kind of late. It was at the New Eurekan.
Yeah.
And he ends up winning the whole fucking thing, which was amazing. But what makes it more amazing is that years and years later, I was on Wordsworth's show a couple of years ago, and I asked him, I guess my intentions was like, I had asked him, what were your intentions with the money or something like that? Because, you know, usually rappers, we get money, we act a fool. And and I was like, what was your intention? And Words was just straight, without thought, without hesitation. I entered that battle because I needed money for books for school. And that shit blew my mind. Like, I never heard anyone in my circle ever say anything that genius ever. It's usually like, I got this money, I bought some kicks, I spread love through the crew, I did this, I hooked mom. Like Words was like, I needed books for school, and I was like, that is the craziest, amazing. I love that story, man. That's such a good story, but it also is a testament to your level of discipline to me. To you, you might have just thought of it, I just needed books. But to me, you know, a lot of people from our swimming pool didn't go to school. We didn't, a lot of us, I didn't go to college, you know what I mean? I didn't, so it's like, to see you in the position that you're at where you're teaching courses and all of this, and I see all the, it's like, to me, it's so cool to see, because we all started kind of like in the same place, and then you watch as life goes on, and you're watching everybody on Instagram and where they're at, and you're one of the dudes that I'm like, wow, man, I would have never predicted.
I'll give you a funny story about that.
The University of Miami.
It's a funny story.
What I'm segueing to, we'll get back to chemistry in a second, but what led you to get there? What was the turning point that for you that you were like, I'm gonna go in this direction and I'm gonna do this? Something that most of y'all, if not none of y'all, are thinking or doing. What led you to that?
Yeah, you can hear me? Can y'all hear me? You good? Can y'all hear me? You.
Oh wait, I can't hear you again. This is crazy.
Yo. What up?
There we go.
What up?
There we go. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Yeah, so here's the crazy part. What you just said, I'm laughing because this is what I love about just having these conversations, catching up, because we hung out a lot, but we were rhyming. So we never like talked when we were younger, right? So now we get to hear what mindsets was like. So for me, what happened was I wasn't going to school. I was really chilling. What happened was everybody I was hanging out with left the school. I didn't know nobody applied to college. Yeah, Punch will tell you. Punch, my boy, all of them were planning college. In my house, college wasn't even brought up. So I didn't know how to apply for college, nothing. I knew nothing about going to college. I just was like, high school, get a job, you know, like I'm thinking that everybody went to college. Punch, everybody went away. But out of that whole crew, then I'm the only one that ended up finishing once I went to college.
Wow, I didn't even know Punch went to college. That's crazy.
Yeah,
wow.
Punch went to college. Everybody left. So I'm chilling around the way after, because here's what happened. They all left and didn't tell me dates or nothing. They just, next thing you know, I'm calling up. I called home. I remember calling. Yo, is Punch around? Vincent, Punch is already at school. I'm like, what? Yo, Ern is at school. Everybody's at school. What do y'all mean? Like, dudes went to college, was planning on college? What's that? So one of my close friends, which is actually Punch's like friend way before me, but now, you know, we all grew up. He's at Old Westbury College. Mm-hmm. So he comes home, they come home on the weekends, and that's when I start seeing brothers again. Like, oh, yeah, that's cool. I wound up going like a year late to college, right? and
Right.
I want to go to Old Westbury with my boy Ern, and then I'm hanging out. Ern eventually transferred, and he's just like, forget it. Punch eventually come home, forget it. So now I'm in it, and everybody else is not.
Everybody
Look,
bounced.
everybody didn't finish. So I stayed. I wound up finishing, and that's kind of the mark of where I start writing all my papers and rhymes. So then that's how I graduated school, writing my papers and rhymes in all the classes.
Wow.
Yeah, I got, and I still have them. I still have the
Really?
papers. But yeah, I got all the papers. I got all of them. I got them even digitized.
Wow.
Yeah, everything.
And what led you?
Female.
Go ahead,
I was feminist class. I got the paper for that. I got politics class. I got the paper for that when I talk about Public Enemy, and I wrote it in rhyme. Every class I took, I had poetry. I got all the poems I wrote. I won the poetry contest like consecutive years in my school.
Of
then,
course.
And then so all of that I did with all of that stuff, I wound up they wound up bringing their classes to hear me talk at college in an auditorium to talk about poetry, talk about hip hop versus rap. And they would bring their classes to hear me speak. And then in I got an award here. Hopefully it don't drop. This is in 2016, I got an award as the top 50 graduate at Old Westbury College.
Jeez,
one of the top 50 graduates ever.
Wow.
And that's based on all of that stuff that I changed the game of how to think about what rap was. Like I changed a lot of people's thought process because I was writing my papers in rhyme, and Professor Dr. Hicks, she's the one that got behind me though. I got a couple professors that stood behind me. She was like, yo, she said, I heard you writing stuff in rhymes from professors. And I told them you better watch that kid. You better follow him. Let him do what he's doing. She bigged me up.
Really?
Yep, Dr. Hicks. She held me down. So then another professor, Professor Terrell, one day I'm in class, and this was, man, I remember moments, man, that changed my whole mindset. She's doing Shakespearean sonnets, and she's like, so Vincent, what do you think of this? I raised my hand. Well, she said, what do y'all think of this? I raised my hand. I said, Shakespeare, that's cool, but it ain't better than Nas, though. I said that to her. So here's the game changer part about that, though. The game changing part about that is she didn't shun me. She said, Nas. I said, yeah, Illmatic. I explained this in class with everybody. She goes and write it down. And in that class too, I was writing Sir Gawain and the Green Knight in rhyme, and she pulled me to the side. You ever thought about writing these in the stories? I was like, yeah, but I'm young. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't know how to get published. I just brushed it off. But that's been my journey, brother. From that, it's always been rhyming in there. So then it just now is what it is now. You know what I'm saying? But that's my journey, and that's me graduating in '99. I was 98. I was doing that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 98. I was doing all that then. And that's why, yeah, man. So if you ever go to Old Westbury, SUNY Old Westbury, there's a place and it'll have my name there. So I'm etched in stone at that university, man.
That's one of those things that us as I hate to use the word rapper, but I prefer lyricists, but us as rappers, we don't think of these things. We don't consider these other things that we could, you were the one, from the last conversation we had, you were the one that opened my eyes to the fact that you don't necessarily have to do the whole old curriculum of being a rapper. Book a tour, put out an album, begging people to listen. It's almost like when I watched you, it's like you made just a hard turn and said, y'all can do that, I'm gonna do it like this. And judging by your decision, it was like one of the most brilliant decisions I've ever seen, because in many ways, you're helping the craft in an arena that, like you just described, like you're in a school setting with professors who, I don't want to assume, but I'm guessing they don't really know the ins and outs of what we do or our lifestyles or how we process the world. Because we do. As lyricists, we process the world different from everybody else. We're looking for things. We're on a constant search for a punchline or something that just is gonna help us open the communication of the verse. And so to watch you make this turn and say, I'm gonna go over here and do this, and then somebody like me looks at it and I'm like, yo, he's like doing something that nobody that I know, maybe now there's kind of like a handful of cats, because I know, I know you told me Jay Rawls might be doing something, I think, or
Jay Rawls is the assistant professor of hip hop at Ohio State. He runs the hip hop department. Yeah, I just literally was talking to them about just now, like before I got on here with you, it's me, Jay Rawls, John Robinson, and Professor James Miles. So we call ourselves the Avengers, and we go places touring. And we were just talking about this whole how the MPC sample got everybody in the uproar.
Yeah, everybody's losing their shit. Yeah.
Everybody's going crazy. But yeah, Jay Rawls is the professor of hip hop at Ohio State. Now, Ohio State is huge university, you know what I'm saying? And last time I spoke to him was like maybe, well, we speak on the text, but like last time I spoke to him on the phone, he was like, I'm working on I think he's working on a 4-year degree on hip hop, like making the curriculum, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, yeah, man, I'm working on this curriculum and, you know, for the 4-year degree of hip hop, I think. So that's where it is. That's where it's going. So I've been trying personally, almost every rapper I've interviewed or talked to, I'm always on there like, yo, you should do a book. Yo, you should do a curriculum, because, and I've done it with people. I get on here and I'm very prompt with it. I'll be like, I'll tell you my time. I'll get on at 9 a.m. I'll get to stay on at 9 a.m. to 10 with you every Saturday if you want. Because that's where we are. Because, you know, when we was coming up, hip hop was getting shunned so much that they burnt the bridges. So now that they're too old to talk to the kids, the hip hop kids, they're like, I need a qunique. You mind coming in to talk to the kids? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, you're right. They need a translator.
They need a translator, man. So they in there doing this and that. qunique, you mind coming in here and we're doing math. Can you explain math with some? Okay. So they missed out on that because they shunned it so much, but now it's taking over that they need us. So we are the teachers, man. So I just try to tell everybody I know to lean into that, because I just try to think forward, right? So I'm 50 now. So I try to think of what am I doing now that works at 70. So for me, it's the books. So I got another book coming out. So that'll be like my 3rd book. So the more books I have when I'm at 70, when you come to see me at 70, now you got the whole catalog to buy, right? So I'm planning for that. So that's what I'm planning for. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Like that. Yeah, well, because we're gonna be.
You inspired me, and I'm beginning to work on a book, because you had told me specifically put together a book of my lyrics and breakdown, and so that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going with it.
Yeah, because to be real, we're rappers, and I love being rappers, MCs, whichever one you want to kind of go there with. But at the end of the day, the author title is more important today.
Yes.
So when I go places and they introduce me as an author, that supersedes the MC title.
Yes.
It does.
Big time. Yes.
Big time.
Big time.
Big time. So you got to start planning for some of these titles to start shuffling. You know what I'm saying? These titles got to start shuffling, and you got to be okay with that. And just understand that shuffle comes along with the age. You know, Jay-Z, yeah, he's an MC rapper, but people go, Jay-Z's a billionaire. Jay-Z owns art. Jay-Z runs the Super Bowl.
Entrepreneur.
So entrepreneur, there we go. So you got to start really reflecting on what's your title going to be at 70. Man, I'll be even more introspective. I started listening to the other day the Lucas Krauss, the 7 years old song. Once I was 7 years old.
Yes.
Listen to that now, because 10 years later from when it came out, I'm 10 years older.
Wow.
It's
Now I
crazier to
gotta go
listen to,
listen to
Q.
it. Yeah.
It's
I gotta go
crazy
listen to it.
because
Yeah.
I'm 50. I was 40 when that came out. So I didn't understand where he was at
Where
in
he
the
was
song
going with it.
age-wise.
Yeah.
Now I listen to the song at 50, he's talking about 60 in there. And he talks about 20 in there. He talks about 7, 11, 20, 30. He thinks he skips 40, goes to that. So now, because I'm aging with the record, it's even more brilliant. So I sent it to Ace, and Ace was like, this is wow, this is amazing, because he's closer to the end of the record.
Oh wow.
Yo,
That's right. That's right.
it's
That's right.
it's crazy to
It
think
is
about
crazy. That is
that
crazy.
record. Yo, so that record got like some crazy billions of streams. But that's the kind of things, I guess, that that's incredible writing to me.
Yes.
You
Yes.
7, 11, 20, that you can hear that record any age in your life, and you reflect on when you were 7, when you was 11, your pops told you about this, and then he gets to 30, 20, 30s. And now, so as I'm aging, the record is actually changing to fit my life.
That is
It's
so
yo,
wild. I didn't even
yo,
peep that.
yo. So that's the type of stuff that blows my mind. So when I'm writing like a song like The Realtor or like Don't Get in the Way second verse, I'm like, there is other ways to talk about the street. How can I do it differently? So that's what pushes me to think of different concepts. It's just like, okay, there is another way to talk about the street, but like, what's a
Yes.
clever way? You know what I'm saying?
And you definitely did it on I was going to ask you about The Realtor. The first impression I got was gentrification. That was the first thought I thought as you were going through it. But then I listened again, and it became less of gentrification and more of how these things pass from hand to hand. And the way you described it, the tragedy kind of segues the hand to hand. You know what I mean? Like it was very fascinating when you did that. Like the way you did that, it was really dope. But I still had traces of like, this song almost like borderlines on how gentrification happens, because, the outsiders will look at the chaos, and as it starts to deplete and there's no more to give, they come in and take the property and just rework the neighborhood. And so that's when the song made me think, straight up. Like I was like, wow.
It's still that's a whole different like path to it, that I'm glad that it made you go that route with it. That concept I haven't heard. You see what I'm saying? Now your concept is
right.
oh,
now I gotta write that.
that right. The way I was writing it really was from the perspective of, let me tell you about this spot, what's really going on with it. But we're so poor at times that it don't matter what's going on with the spot. We got to move there.
That's true. Right.
So even though the body is wrapped up in carpet and this happened and here, and I'm telling you the real deal.
Them 5 guys died. I was like,
yeah, whatever's going on. And that verse, when I had Don't Get in the Way, that verse right there, it was the same thing. First verse, I knew what I was doing. And then that second verse, I was like, I got to do something different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about the locations and just switching the locations, how the locations change. Because in our hoods, or not even only just our hoods, but in general, big box stores come and they leave, or storefronts change, and usually what ends up, the last thing is a church there, and that thing stays successful.
Church, best business in the hood is the church. That line is crazy.
That's it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a banging line. Bang it. Wait, there's one other song. Which one was it? It was One Chance. Love that. Love that.
That's Punch favorite song. Q. That's Punch favorite song. Man.
Because it's real. It's real. It's like people take for granted. It's almost like the Will Smith story, where there's a story where Will Smith goes to a party and Quincy Jones is there, and the guy who was the producer for Fresh Prince was there. There was no Fresh Prince yet. And Quincy pulls him aside and says, you should audition right now. And Will was like, I don't know, I'm not ready. And Quincy was like, listen, motherfucker, this is your one chance. And
Right.
so it's like people take that for granted. So when I listened to your joint, I was like, this is an important song. You know, some people, they write dope
Yeah.
songs. Like in my catalog, I got cool songs, and then I got songs that are important to me. And so when I heard that, I was like, this is an important song because this is like a lesson where you should be listening to this song every day as a mantra. Like, one chance, you know, you're gonna wake up one day and an opportunity is gonna fall in your lap. And if you take it for granted, or you're like, oh, I'm not ready, or the mood is not right, the lighting is wrong. It's like, no. One chance, pay attention. Beautiful song.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you, man. The first verse is actually the first verse is about my brother. So my brother, he got locked up, and when he was in there, one of the things I was saying is like, yo, you need to write books, because if you write books in there, what you can do is I'll help you set up a bank account, so that way once you write books and you sell the books and the family buy it, you come home, you got money. Because a lot of times that's what happens. You come home no money, you want to do the wrong thing. So he did about 2 to 3 books in there, and at this point when he's locked up, he literally has to write everything with his hand. He wrote all the pages with his hand, and then he mails them to me, and I type them. Then I send him the typed version back. I mail him back the typed version, and then he has to read it and then send me back that version, and then I upload it to Amazon, and then it gets that. So that whole thing is really actual factual, except for the bestseller aspect. But everything in that is what happened. He came. So my brother I actually did an interview with him maybe like 4 episodes ago, and Jarrell Jack. And ever since then, he got about like 4 books now. You know what I'm saying? Like poetry books and stuff. So that's about him. And then the other verses kind of just, you know, that's what the beat was called One Chance, and you hear the sample go One Chance. And I was like, what can I do with one chance? But yeah, that first verse is that's my brother. And that's the type of stuff we went. He had to literally handwrite every page, and I had to retype it all over, you know.
The fact that you just said that about that song makes that song so, because, you know, as lyricists, we don't, as a listener, you don't know if it's a true story, if it's your imagination. Because
how about I got DMs about that song. I got a couple of DMs about that song. People asking me, is it true? Who's that verse about?
Wow.
And then I tell them, I'm like, oh yeah, that verse is real. So it's funny because that's Punch's favorite song, but then there's random people that in my DMs that ask me about that first verse. That first verse is such a big deal to them. And I'm like, yeah, that's a real first verse. That's my brother.
That makes it that much more. That now I've shifted. That's gonna be my favorite song on the album. It was Don't Get in the Way, but that shit, because it's such a positive and very necessary thing of telling. You know, when I come on the feed, I always occasionally try to drop some wisdom to the chat, because we're a community here. These people that come here are beautiful people. Therapeutic, what's going on? And I always try to drop a gem on them. And one of the things is like, yo, you don't be distracted, man, because, you know, you and I know opportunities come and you could lose it in I've lost crazy amounts of opportunity, whether my attitude wasn't right, or I wasn't paying attention, or I was being lazy. So that kind of a song is like, yo, this is an important song. Like,
yeah.
So yeah,
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. Like, we definitely been through the ringer. We've been through canceled meetings on us, telling us to come here, meet us over here, do a song. You know, people basically waving the carrot in front of us, like, yo, it's about time, and that stuff never panned out. We've been through that heavy, you know.
Wow, man. Wow, you just blew my mind. That is amazing. So I heard Get Your Boy, right? And what makes Get Your Boy special for me, it's a small detail, is so the name of the qunique Rhythmatic album is going to be called The QR Code. and I heard you say like a QR code. So I was like, yo, Rhett, we're gonna put Wordsworth on the intro, son. You gotta cut this line, he said, son.
Oh yeah, for sure.
As soon as I heard it, I was like, yo.
Yeah, open up links like a
perfect.
QR code. Yeah,
Yep.
open up links like a QR code. Yeah, that song actually was called Brady and Manning. That's why I say Manning and Brady at the end.
Oh, okay.
It was actually called it was called Brady and Manning because he's Brady where he's from and I'm Manning where I'm from.
Right,
So
right.
I was doing that. Then I speak to Stu, and he's like, I start sending him covers of it with jerseys with our names. He's like, yo, I'm a like Tom Brady. I was like, what? You ain't saying nothing like. He was like, yo, I'm originally from Virginia. I like Washington Redskins. I was like, what?
Okay.
I didn't even know that. So then I was like, just leave. That's the actual Get Your Boy is the name of the actual original title of the track. It was Get Your Boy. I said, let's leave it as Get Your Boy.
I love that title because that's some, come get your boy,
Yeah.
son. He's tripping.
Yeah. That's why I was like, yo, just leave it what it is. You know what I'm saying?
That's amazing. So another thing that I didn't remember. Hold on, let me just make sure
This
What's up,
album,
Edwin?
I don't know if you know, Q. This album debuted number 26 on the top hip hop R&B on iTunes in the country. Yeah, man.
No.
So that was big for us because we did the last one. The last one we was at 75, the highest, and this one we had 26. So I took a snapshot of it, and this is out of all the hip hop albums in the country that week. The day it dropped, we was in between like West Side Connection, Kendrick, Old album. Yeah. So yeah, man. This album did that well, man.
I'm having a hard time. I'm sorry about that, Words. I caught everything you said, but I'm having a little bit of a challenge with my audio on my side. My man, Gorilla Strong, thank you. All right, I'm good on here.
I'm reading questions too.
For some reason, my StreamYard, it kind of like decides to reset itself almost every whatever. I got to figure that out, but that's a whole nother story. What just happened?
Yep, nah, it's all good. I'm just answering people in the chat too.
Oh, thank you, man. Yes. Word is echoing, small echo. Okay, all good now. Thank you.
I think it was.
So what I was getting at was another thing, and it's something that you and I have similar. The only thing is you took it a step further. I didn't. You wrote a children's book called Socks. What is that about? I just found that out today. I don't know if you told me, but I was like, he wrote a children, because I wrote a children's book with my mom, but I never, it's just in my drawer. I didn't even think to put it out. So what is the deal with that?
Yeah, man. Well, one day I just went to the dryer and I was like, yo, I'm missing my sock, yo. What's up with that? I was like, oh, that's the book. That's really how it worked. I was like, well, that's a book. I said, you know how many people lose their socks, man?
Yeah, all the time.
And my favorite show ever is Seinfeld because that's how I think. It's the mutual thought, right? Like just the simple things, those things. So with me, I just try to go like, this happens to everybody. So that's kind of the way I think about like, oh, this happens to everybody. And that's kind of what it is. So Socks is about a sock that gets lost in the dryer on one of the panels and it doesn't get sought and it comes to life and needs to make it back in time because a kid that's has a soccer game think he's the lucky sock to help win the game. So they have that thing. So he has to make it back so that way the kid gets that umph to be like, yo, I got my lucky sock on, we could win. A lot of these stories are similar. It's just trying to figure out the arena. That's it. But a lot of stories are the same thing. What's the hero and all that?
Nah, that's just so dope, man. Wow. And your book, What Are Words Worth, Volume 1. Will there be a Volume 2?
Yeah, so Gorilla just wrote about, N1WD3 just wrote about the album The Fragility of Life, which is behind me.
Okay.
That's one of my favorite albums, produced entirely by Kells with the Heat, who was insane. And that's the next book right there, The Fragility of Life. And you know,
Nice.
where we are age-wise and everything, and with our parents and elders, Fragility of Life just was a great album for me. It's one of my favorite albums. Um, and so it feels right to be the next book because of where we are in life. You know how life is fragile.
Yes.
And we're losing a lot of our heroes and so on. So it just makes sense to be the next book for me. So that one, actually, I just got the artwork yesterday, or day before yesterday, gave some feedback. But every book cover is the album cover just put into a book form. So it'll be that cover, you know. So that's the whole plan for me, Q. Like as we get, like I was talking about aging, right? And then like having these summers off and these moments off, is every album is gonna have a book. Every album. So I'm just trying.
I might have to bite your style now, right?
Yo, we got to do it, brother. So we in the library next to each other, because it's gonna be a hip hop section of authors in the library.
Right.
Eventually, gotta be. So yeah, so I'm doing every album. So I'm just not going in a particular order. I'm going in different orders. So like, I may do chemistry next. You know what I'm saying? And so it's it's not chronological. It's really
just more of your vibe, what you feel like doing next.
Which one I want to do. Like Fragility of Life fits because that's where I'm at in life with watching elders and where we are age-wise. So I think that just makes sense to go out there next. And then other stuff, we'll just see.
Let me ask you this, because it's something that comes up in conversation a lot. And so when I see someone like you being so different, so one of the big conversations about being an underground MC is that the touring has definitely shrunk for us. In the 90s, all of us were just hitting the world like madmen and being away from home at weeks or months at a time. And now it feels like the well is starting to go a little dry on our swimming pool of hip hop a little bit. It's not as frequent. So do you find that because you decided to take a different road, do you find that you're not as stressed out as for being on the road as like some of us are? Do you find?
Oh, that's 100%, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. I haven't toured in 12 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't toured in 12 years. And we just debuted 26 and I'm just at home. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, that fact that you just pointed out is amazing. And you guys are independent. There's no label, correct?
There's no label. You go right to Stu's website, you order it, you pre-order it, he ships it to you. That's it. And then like the spins, we get like a nice amount of spins on I just looked at my DistroKid, it looks cool. And then other stuff is just chilling, but it's just a testament to just making dope joints. If it's dope, you tell the next person, yo, this is fire. The word of mouth from the first album, Two Kings, is what really set up this album. So this album is setting up whatever's next to come, which will be, it ain't the solo, but it's me, Afro, and Stu. But I have that album. I have that album done. Afro. Yeah. Me, Afro, and Stu. I have that album sitting here. There's some crazies on here. We going crazy on there. And then eventually the next me and Stu and Punch joint. So I don't know which one will come first. If it's me and Punch or me and Stu next one. But me and Stu next one, I got some stuff written. I got I got some crazy concepts, man. I think that people really gonna really be like, yo, and I got a majority of the beats picked out too for it. Like pretty much almost all the beats for the whole album I got already.
So you're definitely on a dope, tight schedule, period.
Yeah, because ever since I did that book, that first Words of Worth 2015, since I dropped that album in 2015, I made a promise to myself to drop an album every year. So that's about album every year since 2015. So I made that oath to myself. And
Right.
then one year I didn't drop an album, but I dropped a book. So I made sure I did something of I got to do something in that range of creative contribution that I can stand on what I did that year. So that's kind of how I'm rocking with it. But with Stu it's even doper because we can just drop anytime. And when we've done so, well with, getting vinyl done and all this stuff that we just do it. So I dropped November. I had an EP in November with Naps and Dreads. I dropped November and I dropped December. I did 2 albums. So if you get a chance, check out that Naps and Dreads album. Me and Naps and Dreads. Called Quick Routes. We did a couple of videos for that. So check that out and then check out me and Stu. I dropped November and December, and now I'm gonna plan to drop June, hopefully maybe August, September, maybe like 4 or 5 albums for the year, and that's it. That's just the mindset, you know what I'm saying? Because that's kind of the model.
Yeah, just stay productive.
I'm having fun, brother. I'm having the most fun I've had writing rhymes in a long time, I would probably say, because I can trust the producer. Now I've worked with producers and I don't hear from them for a month.
And that's,
working on a project together.
People crazy, yeah.
I've worked with some unreliable people. So when you got somebody that's on the same page and excited to make records like you like, yo, let's keep going. And Q, this is the main thing. We came up with it is the main thing is it's gonna come out. Right.
So there's no games to be played. Once you know the destination, it's like, all right, here we go. Like, let's go. Yeah.
I ain't worried about it. I know it's gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? And that's the beauty of it. And then here's another main thing which I spoke to Punch Baby about this. I said the best thing about where I'm at in life is I have an infrastructure, and that I didn't have younger. So what I compare me and maybe you might see it this way is like we've always been LeBron, but we didn't have Tyronn Lue.
Right.
So
Right.
So now it's okay, cool. Now we've become the coaches. So we've become Doc Rivers and win rings differently.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't necessarily have the culture and the structure, right? So now at this age, I have the infrastructure. I got the producer, I write the song, I got the person that's gonna mix and master. Shout out to Afro. Afro mixed and mastered the whole album.
That's who mixed it? I was gonna ask you because it's the sonics are fucking gorgeous on this, man.
That's Afro. Afro does it all. So, to be able to write a rhyme, do a song, send it, and then Afro sends it back within hours. Then, we get the art person. That's very key for me. I'm not wasting my time. That's basically what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? We've been through. We've been through, brother. So
because like you said, and I think about it, how many times in our career we've played the waiting game, and when you play the waiting game, a lot of the times the results are terrible when you're playing that waiting game. You're just like, I waited all of this for this? It's a weird thing. Man.
Right there. What you said is another key thing is I've worked with people that have a different they still have some of that old way of thinking of like this whole big rollout and build up to this, like we're about to sell millions, and it's like it's none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I love the thing that I would say that I love to see you do is like you do old joints and make videos. You do new joints and make videos. You do everything is new today. What's old is new to somebody.
Yes.
So like that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no overthinking. You just making the joints. And I'm like, yo.
That's it. And the reason why I do the old joints is because of what you said. It's like, I could look at my numbers and be like, even if something has 1 million on it, I'm still like, not enough people heard it yet. I got to repeat myself. I feel like I got to repeat myself for the people in the back because I know you ain't paying attention. So here you go. This is what I did,
Right. how many times when election time comes around, you turn the channel on, it's the same speech.
Yeah. Same
because
commercial.
they got the same commercial. They're in a different state doing the same speech. You know the speech line by line because
for real.
they're in a different state saying the same speech. They don't care how many.
Even the biggest comedians like Dave Chappelle, he'll tell the same joke every state, collect it, put it together as a package, and here you go. Here's my special. But he told the same joke 100 times.
Yep.
To different crowds. So, that's all he did. You know.
That's it.
That's wow, man. Yo, you see, I love talking to you because truly you are inspiring. It's like I said,
Thanks,
I'm part joking, but it's like I'm gonna have to bite your style. Like I'm gonna have to put some books together because it's like the way you described it. It's like that's genius, of course. And I know my results are gonna be different. That's another thing to point out to especially people here in the chat. It's like, even though I might copy what Words is doing, my results are gonna be different. That's another thing that in this business, we could all attempt to do the same thing, but the results are always gonna vary. And that's something that as long as you go into this with that mind state, you'll be okay. I'm not gonna get the same results as you. I'm not gonna end up a professor at a college just because I put a
you made a professor at a college, man. Mickey Fax is a professor at NYU. He's doing that, you know.
Serious? I didn't even know that. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, he took over Black Thought's class. Black Thought was teaching lyricism, and he suggested Mickey Fax. So Mickey did it last semester, and he doesn't have a degree. So that's what I'm saying, Q. That's what I'm trying to say. We got to prepare for that version of us. You know what I'm saying?
It's an incredibly intelligent way of thinking.
So, because I'm not going to be calling you to do shows in a few years. It's going to be like, yo, Q, I got this panel. There's this panel about the history of hip hop, and they want to know, boom. That's what I'm going to be calling you for. It ain't going to be calling about really. We're going to call each other and rhyme on stuff, of course, because we enjoy that craft. Right. But like age wise, it's going to be more so like, NYU is looking for somebody talking panel. I can't make it. Yo, Q, vice versa. Words. They looking for somebody. You want to come through? I'm throwing this event when we need people to talk about writing. It's funny. I actually got a gig in October to do this writing at Berkeley. You know? Yeah, a workshop at Berkeley. And that's based on a professor, a doctor with a doctorate that I met at a hip hop education retreat at Rockefeller Estates. And I met him there, and I sent him my book, he read my book, and he said, man, I spoke to the lady that throws the event, and I was telling her about you, man, like she really need to connect with you. So then I had a meeting with her, and she was like, I was like, well, I do writing workshops. She's like, I said, I can explain this. She was like, that's what we want you to come do. So in Berkeley, October, I'll be up there for that.
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying, Q. Like, that's what I'm saying. And even on a money level, look at David Banner. I heard he get like $100K just to talk. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wasn't KRS was making some money doing like talking at colleges as well. He was doing college tours, talking. That's what was it. Just talking,
brother. That's where we are, though. That's where we are. You know, it's good to make the joints, but like at the end of the day, now people they want to know what qunique thinks about this. That's why we on here now. They want to know what you think about this. But on a broader level, because hip hop is so big, the average person can bump into you and be like, oh, you do hip hop? Hey, what do you think about boom, boom? Well, that's interesting. I'm having a little course now, and my kid go, and you're like, all of a sudden you teaching and running the program. So are we prepared for that? You know, and are you prepared for that person that's going to bump into you and ask you to teach some hip hop stuff, you know?
Right, because that was going to be the next question I was going to ask, because I'm guessing because of where you're at, you do your research, you put together a curriculum, you have like your steps on how you approach this, you know?
Yeah. Before tonight's class, I teach art of poetry. So when you was hitting me, I was like, the timing, I was like, that's good enough timing because I stop at 8:20. So, and I had Aja Monet tonight on there as a special guest, which was incredible. I had her on there and I do it online. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
wow.
And I teach for Monroe University in the Bronx, but I'm where I'm at.
Right,
And
right, right.
she's in Cali. So she came on, you know, and it was dope. But you know, I'm doing poetry, and it was so cool. She came on, she was bigging me up, like, hey, you guys don't know, boom, boom, boom. And that's some of the reason how I got hired too is you know, my background of what I do, but it's trustworthy to what we're going to in the future. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I teach hip hop. I teach hip hop all September to December.
Mm-hmm.
But then they were able to get people for poetry. So they was like, hey, you want to do poetry? I created the whole curriculum from scratch, brother. I had nothing. Like it was like little
Wow.
threads in there, but I had to like every week I'm creating it, right? So now, but here's the dope thing for me, Q, is like now I have a poetry curriculum now because I did it. So now I have it sitting there. You know what I'm saying? I have it sitting there. So if somebody want me to do poetry, I can just be like, yeah, I can
Right,
do
you're
poetry.
prepared. You're ready to roll. You have it. Wow.
I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to roll, brother. So that's why I took it on. I took the task.
Do you have some of your classes like where people could look like examples of your classes on YouTube or any clips or any highlights that people could?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, you could go, if you go to my website, wordsworthproductions.com, as soon as you go in there, it's a clip of me right there. You could actually download the clip of me teaching at the University of Miami online, the online clip. So I think it was somebody, I'm not sure if it was Gorilla, somebody said they'll take the class. If you want to see what the class looks like, wordsworthproductions.com, and you're going to see right there. You can press play and it's me there. And you can check out like what the course is like. But yeah, but this is what I'm saying. But this is what I talk to all the brothers about that I, you know, all our friends. I be like, I'm all cool with the rapping. I love making the joints. You know, I like rapping, but like I be trying to think like, okay,
that you're like, yo, you gotta think 10 years from now, Q. That hits. That hits hard because it's like, if you're not saying that to me, as a musician, we kind of like don't throw much caution to the wind, and we're not really programmed to think like that all the time. So when somebody from my swimming pool, from my graduating class is like, yo, what's your 10-year plan? I'm like, word, I probably should be seriously considering what you're saying, man. Like, it's not a joke, you know, because, yo, it feels like an hour ago, you and I were online at the New Eurekan, and now here we are, you know, like that's how fast
if we never went to sleep, it'd be one long day.
Jeez, that's that's correct.
Because there was some nights we never went to sleep, and we just go home for 2 hours, 3 hours, and then I see you at the next event. Right. But like literally, it was so connected, but it's only like a few hours of hibernating, and you back. We literally we're living pretty much literally one long day, without if we didn't sleep. So yeah, it goes by kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? And how I think about it, like talking to you as well with it, is like if I've been teaching, so this would be. If I get hired again to do hip hop, that'll be my third year doing hip hop. Kind of fast. Wow. That went by fast. So now it's my third year as a professor. So now I'm like, okay, that's 3 years as a professor. I want to get to 10 years as a professor. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So then now I'm 60, but I've been a professor for 10 years. So I got to look at it like that.
Right.
At 60, what can I say? Yeah. Right. What at 60? So I tell people this, man. It's all about what they say about you hitting the stage and what they say about you in the grave. That's really it. How you gonna get introduced, brother? How you gonna get introduced? Before you come on, man? When I'm backstage and I hear all this stuff now, I really reflect. It gets very emotional for me, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, yo, I really did all of this, TV, this, and they naming them off and professor and I'm like, because I'm just me, you know, so I don't really, you know what I'm saying? And you know how me and you talk, it's just me and you talking. It ain't like we we think about arsonists and punching work. We just be
No.
talking.
Just talking, man. Just
We
building.
just talk,
Just building.
right? So when they mention qunique, arsonists, and all this stuff you've done, you know what I'm saying? You probably just be like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I trip out. I'd be like, oh, I forgot about that word. I did do that.
I did do that, but it really doesn't hit me until like if I do spot dates. So I'll do spot dates. Somebody might fly me out. I'll do shows like that. I do some here in Florida too, but like I do spot dates. I go to Orlando. I have shows
That's what I'm
there.
doing, spot dates. Yep.
I do spot dates. Yeah. So, but when you backstage and I hear the intro, or when I'm doing something, I hear the intro, then I'm like, okay, so that's how I am on the stage. And then when you go, what do they say too? It's gonna probably be a lot of the intro and whatever else that wasn't left out, right? So those are the two main things you really are here trying to solidify, you know what I'm saying?
Wow, man. You know, you're just now that this is like the second time officially that we've spoken on these subjects, it's like no bullshit, and I'm saying this in front of the community. It's like I definitely have to keep in contact with you, because now for some reason the second time talking to you, a couple of switches went off, like, hey man, you should probably seriously consider what he's saying and kind of like place your feet on that path, because you're right. It's like 10 years, you know what I mean? What are we looking at? What is the reality of this? Are you trying to book shows in 10 years? You know, it's like, I don't know about that. So it's like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna, you know, I'm definitely
you and Rhett for sure. You and Rhett for sure could do a whole curriculum, you know what I'm saying? Like you guys can come up with a curriculum. You could do the DJ, you could do the MCing part, you know, you could do the B-boying part. You could do all the parts pretty much, but you got to figure out where it is to be concise and you feel, you know, you got time to do it too, or you could do, you know, but just kind of transforming your mindset into like the teacher aspect of qunique's career going forward, you know. And it's a conversation you really have to have with yourself, and then be accepting of where you are. I haven't toured, like I said, for that long. You know, I haven't.
And that's amazing, because for an artist like me who's not paying attention the way you are, it's scary to watch. Looking at the touring circuit, that, you know, what people don't know is that when I was an arsonist, we were touring up to 6 months out of the year. Like people don't understand. And so when I watch that disintegrate before my very eyes, and I'm noticing that not a lot of people are getting booked, or like some homies like Elder Sensei books his own shit. He's practically his own booking agent. And so you're looking at it like, wow, man, there's a major shift. Where am I going? You know what I mean? And so what you're saying makes more sense to me than trying to scrape together 5 shows. It's like, you know, it's like, not if it's that difficult, versus, you know, writing a book and bringing back to the community that gave to us so much, and teaching people and schooling people and giving people wisdom about this culture, about the craft. That sounds attractive to me. Really
there's so many grants out there too, Q. There's so many grants you could fill out. There's people you could talk to about getting grants, you know, and get paid on that. But like, I just try to be real, man. If anybody knows me, hopefully, if anything, you ask me, I'm gonna tell you the exact answer. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm gonna tell you the answer. I'm gonna tell you what I really think, and that's kind of how I try to live my life like that. You know, it might be something you like, it might not be, but I'll tell you what I think. Like, nah, I don't think that's gonna work. That might work. That cool. Oh yeah, that sounds cool. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? If you ask me for my opinion, I'll tell you my opinion. But like, I just try to be a realist with what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like age and stage. Where I'm at, what's the age? You know. So
words. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. That just
yeah, if we was on the phone, we'd go forever.
easily. One last thing, you know, the obligatory. I want not that if people. I want people. Listen, chat. I want y'all to check Words. First of all, check out the new album because honestly, y'all, everybody in the chat is always throwing me, yo, check this album, check that album, check this album, and that's dope. I do. Y'all gotta listen to Chemistry, man, because for the past, I think I texted you last Wednesday or something. I think I don't remember.
Yeah.
And from that day, I've been listening to Chemistry on loop. And especially in the gym where I'm really quiet and just paying attention. It's a beautiful album. You and Stu just did a beautiful job. Chemistry is perfectly titled because the chemistry is perfect. And
Thanks,
I gotta salute you. Got mad love for you, bro. Now,
Same.
I want for people to find you. I think you already posted it, but you said your website would probably be the best destination.
Yeah, if you want to get everything, like on my website, you know, I got a simple website. You go in there, got my bio, it got that clip if you want to see the teaching, and then I got a link to pretty much everything I've ever done for the most part that's major. You know, it might take you to a different website here and there, but you can find everything that I've done, whether it's cartoon stuff, I got the cartoon out, it'll take you to go buy that. And, you know, it's cool to go buy it, y'all, because, you know, I own my pub, you know, that's another whole nother thing. So if y'all go buy stuff, I do see all the residuals from it and everything with that regard. And then my Instagram, you know, I'm on there I'm on there when I got something to show. I'm not on there just to be on there if I don't got nothing on there, but Wordsworth, BKLYN, and then organized rhyme. Organized rhyme, type organized rhyme University of Miami and it should come up, or Frost Online, it'll come up. Yeah, man. So I'm just thinking like that, brother. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking like that, brother. I love rapping, but I just try to be a realist, you know?
You got to expand on it. We already have that skill and we got to expand on it. And thankfully I get to talk to you because you remind me that it's like, sure, we have to be in the moment, but at the same time, within reason, you got to kind of think about what is your future going to look like in 5 years, 10 years? Where are you going to be? Don't get caught with your pants down. You know, it's like, where do you want to go? And try. And the biggest example, especially with someone like you, is try different things. We all can't do the same thing and get the same result. So it's beautiful to be able to look at you, somebody I've seen in the trenches, from Lyricist Lounge to New Eurekan to on the road to on the sharing stages to now you just pivoted in such a lovely way that you presented the rest of us with some dope options where you're like on the side like, yo, look what I'm doing. Just in case you're getting tired of all chasing the same carrot, there's other things going on this planet that you could be using your craft with. And that means everything to me, man. It's very important, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. This is regular conversation me and you would have off camera.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So
yes, sir.
Just trying to evolve. We just trying to figure out.
I'm gonna stay in contact with you, all jokes aside, because you got my wheels turning differently on this conversation, man. It's like, especially because from the last time we spoke till now, you know, you get to see in our business how things are evolving, and not everything is evolving in a pretty way. So you're kind of looking at it like, okay, I better prepare for this. How am I going to prepare for this? What am I going to do? What direction am I going to go in? Who am I? What am I? You know,
who am I, brother? Yeah. Who am I?
Yeah. And so what you're presenting is definitely something that I have to seriously pay attention to now, you know? So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, give that man a salute in the chats. Let's go. This man right here is someone that I've been in awe of from the minute I saw him grab a mic and have remained in total reverence and respect. Thank you so very much, Words. Thank you.
Yeah, brother. I'm here, man. Anytime you want to build on something, y'all be safe, man. I'll catch up with y'all.
Have a good night, bro. Wow, that was amazing. You know, certain conversations are just important because, you know, when you have somebody, what's going on, Concentrated, Edwin, No. I know we got a few heads. NZ Ninja, what's going on? Who else is here? Let me scroll. 12XP, I see you. Gorilla, my boy. Therapeutic. The 07. Yep. Bananas, I know you somewhere in the building. That was just amazing, and I hope you guys are as inspired as I am, because, you know, the world evolves, and not every career is going to go in a direction that you think it is. It's just not. But if you take certain precautions, if you take certain steps, like if you listen to Words, if you're prepared, at least the movement forward will be a lot more enjoyable than just going in blind and just kind of winging it. Now, we can wing it from time to time, but it's probably best that if you're looking at your craft, look at it from a variety of perspectives to see where you could go with your craft. Because look, Wordsworth, seriously, man, like, he's one of the illest from our swimming pool. And for him to be teaching at Miami University and doing online courses at Monroe University and putting out books, those are not things that I've known him for as long as I never would have expected that. And he found a way. And that's amazing. You know, he found his own way. And he's still putting out not just music, but quality music. You know what I mean? So it's such a beautiful thing, man. It's so dope, man. It's so dope. I do my best, Therapeutic. Sometimes I'm so caught up in talking to the guests that, you know, I see y'all, but I just want to let him finish his sentences. But that was dope. I feel inspired. And, you know, the last time I spoke to Words was on his show. You could go to his page and check out that episode. And he was already telling me, you know, like, about, you know, putting out books and teaching and all of that. So it's like, what up, Jay Freedom? What's going on, baby? And so, you know, having this second conversation really reinforced that, man. And I hope that you guys feeling as inspired as I do, man. For real, man. So that was amazing. Thank you, Wordsworth. Here's where we're going now. Okay, so for those that are new, first of all, thank y'all for the support with the super chats, the super stickers, the super gifts. Thank you so very much. I see you. Also, if you want to support any further, we go over here. We go to qunique.com. And, you know, obviously right now we got the 2 new singles, Fire Vision featuring the homie Elemento and Cypher Up, the qunique and Rhythmatic project. There's the first 2 singles. There's the first video. There's a video coming out with Elemento in a short bit. Then you go to shop and you get all the merch. If you buy any of these ones, 7 joints up here, you get a little stack of Yo MTV rap cards with your order. So any of these joints, but then the rest is like from different websites, but it's all qunique product, of course. So that's what's going on with that. But now, thank you, my man, Gorilla Strong. Now we're going to this. Now, the reason why this is special right here, the Machiavelli, what's going on? See you Friday, babe. Oh, yo, Machiavelli. Listen, everyone, Friday is going to be an earlier episode. I'm going to be starting at 5 o'clock on Friday in the West Coast, 5, 6, 7. So that's 8 o'clock on the East and wherever else you fall. So 5 o'clock on the West Coast this Friday. I got an event that night, but I still want to check in with y'all. So 5 p.m. this Friday will be Friday Vibes with Huge. So just be ready for that. Thank you, NZ Ninja. And I'm sure that they sent you all of the Yo MTV rap cards because I handed in a stack already, man. So, okay, so now I'm about to open this joint right here. Look, the shrink wrap from the 90s, y'all. I'm crazy, son. Crazy. Look, it's open. Boom. There we go. Nice. It's glossy. Ooh. We only open in 1 pack today, but so this is Yo MTV Raps. It says 50 new card update collect all 150. Now, I don't know what the new 50 card update is, so here we go. The reveal, son, the reveal. Oh, come on, son. You go to the gym, son. There we go. Yo, man, give me my fucking knife, son. There we go. They make these shits qunique proof. Okay. Okay, we got that out. Got the stack, son. Okay, so first off is like some contest shit, but we ain't gonna do that today. All right, some of these I've seen before. We got, where we going? Defeat my card. Imando, what's the deal? So we got the GOAT, LL Cool J, that's the first pick right there. Boom. Yeah. Okay, we've seen this one before, third base. Now, we might not see one of the new 50. I hope we do, but this is the first pack, so let's see what happens. Third base, Rockaway Queens. Another Big Daddy Kane, so whoever's ordering from qunique.com, you definitely get one of these three, or all of these three. Boom, right there. Public Enemy. The Dopeness. Now, I don't remember seeing this card before, but I don't be memorizing these. No, I probably did see this card before. Heavy D and the Boys right there. The Overweight Lovers in the house. Digital Underground. Oh, okay. So first, I've seen this card before. This is Young MC. We've seen this one, right? The next few cards I've never seen before. We got some gems now. Here we go. Here we go. Look at this. KMD, a KMD card, son. This is ill. MF Doom without the mask, rest in peace. Sub Rock, yes. The great KMD. I never seen this card before. That goes in my stash. There will be doubles though. Got a whole box. Here's another card I never seen before. The Beastie Boys, look at this. Look at that. Concentrated, what's the deal? That's a beautiful card right there. I've never seen this card before. This is going in my stash, but there will be doubles eventually. Another one. The Beastie Boys again. What are the odds I got two Beastie Boy cards I've never seen before? The greatest, one of the greatest groups of all time. And lastly, I never seen this card before. This is dope. Ed Lover and Dr. Dre, the hosts of Yo MTV Rap, right after Fab Five Freddy. That's a dope one right there, man. I never seen any of these four cards right here. That is so sick, bro. Yeah, that was some flyness. But yeah, man. So that's that. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta thank you guys so very much. Can I do the Ed Lover? What was it? I have to, you know what? I'm gonna look it up on you. You guys give me so much homework. I think I could do the Ed Lover dance. I kind of remember it. I gotta look it up on YouTube and get at you on Friday or something. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, shout out, love, and respect to the amazing Wordsworth for being on this show, man. That was an amazing conversation with such an amazing person, an amazing ambassador of this culture of music. He is unbelievable. Please check out his new album with Stu Banger's Chemistry and go through his catalog. Don't forget, hit him up on Instagram, hit up his website for those that are interested in classes and courses on writing rhymes, poetry. See him, man. He's dope at what he's doing. He's been killing it, so please make sure. Again, don't forget, April 10th, brand new qunique DJ Redmatic single dropping on April 10th, next Friday. And this Friday, Friday Vibes with Q will be airing earlier than usual. It's just this Friday, just a little shift so I can hit up this event. But I wanted to check in with y'all. So I'll be here 5 p.m. on the West Coast. So that's 8 p.m. on the East. 5. Yep. So wherever you fall in between. But I'll remind you again, day of. And that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. This was an amazing episode. Thank you guys in the chat. Thank you so very. Oh, thank you, NZ Ninja. Thank you so very much for checking out Rodimus. Oh, and by the way, we're about to release the full length of Mother Fuzz. I'll have more information about that as we get closer to the release date. So that's also slated for release as well. So aside from that, I will see you guys Friday earlier. Pay attention to the announcements that day of. Thank you guys so very much for being here, for being such an amazing community. I got mad love for y'all. Thank you so very much. Y'all have a beautiful evening. Shout out to Wordsworth. Shout out to all of y'all. And I'll see y'all Friday earlier, okay? Peace, love. Yeah.